Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to talk about the Hamas hostage situation and the horrific agreement that Israel signed with them, I believe, under pressure, and it's unfortunate. Hamas has already violated that agreement several times. Most recently, when they released the 4 female IDF soldiers this past Saturday, which was day 477 of their captivity, they were supposed to have released civilian women and civilian children before they released these 4 soldiers. So they violated that part of the agreement. There were also other violations. I don't want to get into those right now. But I do want to talk about, first of all, forget the fact for a moment that these 4 were not supposed to be released. It's a joy to see any of the hostages come home. It's a joy to see them get out of those cars or vans in Gaza City and, walk eventually into the Red Cross, the scummy Red Cross vans who transfer them back to Israeli sovereignty. And if you noticed, the 4 female soldiers who were released were forced to walk up on a stage in Gaza City by the thugs, the Nazi terrorist thugs known as Hamas, wrapped in their masks and holding their rifles. Tough guys. I thought everybody was starving and everybody had no food and they were dying in the streets. Didn't look that way. But nonetheless, these women, these stronger than I can imagine I would ever be women, smiled, waved, and looked like, they were unfazed. And the media speculated, not the media that I was watching at the time live overnight in the middle of the night in Israel, but the media here in this country after the fact and during it happening speculated Hamas made them wave and smile. Hamas made them wave and smile. And I thought that was pretty weird because as I saw it happening live, I noticed one of the woman who was on the soldier who was on the far right of the screen. She kept doing it, and like the Hamas guy who was next to her kind of gave her a little shove, like, knock it off. And I said, aha, they're doing this on purpose. They're doing this on purpose. They weren't told to do it. They were probably told to just stand there and be seen as, cattle. And they said after the fact, we were not phased. That's why they did it. To show we were not phased and to show we are stronger than them. How do you like that? Now, as it turns out, reports are some of these 4 women were held. One was held alone in tunnels for a long time. They were forced to cook for their captors, often not eating themselves, not getting food, not getting medical treatment. Some of them were held in the houses of Gaza civilians, according to the reports. So that's the kind of crap that goes on. So thank God they're home, even though their return was a violation by Hamas. Now, let me talk to you about the Bibas family. And if I mispronounce any names, I'm sorry. The Bibas family, the entire family, Shiri Bibas, her 2 young children, and their father, all kidnapped on October 7th from their kibbutz. Okay? Or as AOC might call it, a kibbutz. The children. You had Shiri, the mother. The children, Kfir, he was 9 months old. These are the redhead kids. 9 months old. On October 7th, 2023, he is now 2. Ariel was 4. He is now 5. The father, Yarden, has been held elsewhere. The family is heartbroken that there has been no accountability and that this family has not been released. Hamas has previously claimed that the family is dead, that the children and the mother are dead, killed in an Israeli airstrike. Israel intelligence doesn't necessarily believe that. So when are we going to get, if they're dead, God forbid, when are we going to get the bodies? And more importantly, where's everybody been? Where's everybody been? From day one, they took at the time, a 9-month-old and a 2-year-old. Why wasn't Joe Biden talking about that from day one? Why wasn't the media showing them every day from day one? Why isn't Trump talking about them every day? Why isn't the UN? That's an obvious answer. That's a rhetorical question. And of course, the stinking Red Cross, who has not visited one Israeli hostage. Why doesn't everybody in the world know their names? That stinks. Now, the family and the kibbutz, it was Kibbutz Niraz. Again, if I mispronounce, I'm sorry. I don't want to sound like AOC, but at least I didn't call it a kibbutz. Now, let me read you. The family published a message, and I want to read it to you. This is after they found out that this past Saturday, it wasn't going to be their loved ones. It wasn't going to be the Bibas family, Shiri, Kfir, Ariel, and the father, Yarden, or Yarden. They weren't on the list. And when they found that out, here's what they published. Once again, last night, we had no respite. Yesterday, at 1600 hours, when the list of those intended to be released was published, our world collapsed. Despite having prepared for this, we had hoped to see Shiri and the children on the list that was meant to be with female civilians. In the evening, when we turned on the news, our pain, our fight, and mainly the extremely important discussion over the complexity and the disaster that they are not on the list was completely ignored by the broadcasters in the studios. Does the serious concern over their lives annul the fact that they're civilians in captivity who need to return home? Does the serious concern over their lives annul the fact that the state is obligated to provide us with certainty in this deal? Does the serious concern over Shiri's life mean that there is no longer a need to put her photo as a civilian kidnapped in Gaza whose fate is unknown? The answer is no. Thank you to all our dear supporters who are not giving up on us and who are continuing to pray and hope to demand answers. An emotional and complex day lies ahead of us. Larry, Daniela, Nama, and Karina, we are waiting to see you smiling and embraced by your incredible families at home. Those are the 4 soldiers who came home. Shiri, Yarden, Ariel, and Kfir, we will continue to hope and demand your release. It isn't over until it's over. Kind regards, the Bibas family. I don't know what to say. That says it all. So pray for them. Pray for them. Say their name. Post their name. Repost this video. The whole world should be demanding their release. The whole world. Shiri, Bibas, Kfir, Bibas, Ariel, Bibas, and Yarden. I keep saying it differently. I'm sorry. And Yarden, Bibas. May they all be healthy and safe and return home soon. And please share this video. Please subscribe to the channel right below. And thank you for watching.